Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, here to react to the Raptors' heartbreaking loss to the Golden State Warriors tonight. Riker, this is a solo pod here today. Riker's too sad to react to this game right now. I do not blame him. A direct quote from Riker actually. He says it feels like his girlfriend just broke up with him. Then just as things were about to get better, she sleeps with your best friend. So that's how he's feeling. I'm sure that analogy sums up all Raptors fans right now. So before we get into the pod, I just wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, throw up a video of Skip Bayless trying to say Pascal Siakam.
Because all of a sudden there are all these new guys, Van Vliet's, we know who he is, but he's playing big off the bench, and Powell and Siakam, and they're just a bunch of guys coming in that you don't know.
Siakam,
yeah.
Skip.
Siakam and
That'll tell you how much these reporters actually watch our games. They can't even pronounce our players' names. So, I don't know, I wanted to give a little bit of a lighter tone to this podcast because it's very heartbreaking, as we opened up with. It was a very heartbreaking game, but there was a lot of good things to take away from it. But we'll start with the negatives just to get them completely out of the way. First half of this game was atrocious. Our offense wasn't awful. OG and DeMar really were the catalysts to carry the offense at the beginning, and we had 50-plus points. So, that's a very, very solid half on offense, but the defense is what absolutely killed us. It felt like the Warriors did not miss a shot that first half, and that's mostly in part due to the Raptors' lack of energy. They didn't come out ready to go. It was nothing like the Cleveland game we played this week. Just the defense really killed us at the beginning from the starters and the bench. You can't do that against the Golden State Warriors. They have 4 All-Stars on their team. They're just one of the best offensive teams, if not the best offensive team in NBA history. So if you play bad defense on top of that, you got no chance. So fortunately, things changed greatly in the second half. So just to get the first half out of the way, her first half was awful. Let's forget about that. Throw that away. Learn from it. And just get that out. The second half is what I really want to talk about. The Toronto Raptors were amazing in the second half. As I said, they're down 25 points going into the third, and they just kept fighting. And that's what we've seen from this team this whole season. Excluding like a Denver game at the beginning of the year. Just no matter what game we're in, whether we win or lose, we don't lose by big margins. The team is just so resilient. Just awesome effort for Toronto in that second half to bring it back. And honestly, I thought we were going to win this game. We had the momentum. We were bringing it to the Golden State Warriors, but they hit some really, really tough shots at the end of the game, which is just tough, right? We outplayed them in the second half by a margin. As you can see from the score, we were down 27 going into the half, and we finished down 2. That's a 25-point makeup on one of the best teams in NBA history. So there's a lot of positives we can take away from that. And as I said at the beginning, DeMar DeRozan was amazing tonight. Really, he's so good this season. He's so good every season, but he's even better this year. He finished the game with 42 points. 42 for DeMar DeRozan. Just amazing game against such good defense of Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, really loading up on him on the wings, and he got us a bucket when we needed it. He gets those buckets when we need them. He's our superstar. He has put himself in the position. He has taken on that mantle. He's without a doubt one of the best players in the NBA right now. He didn't hit any threes tonight, but the confidence is there. They have to guard him now. They can't load up on him in the paint. He's just an all-around player. He makes the right passes. DeMar DeRozan is our superstar. And the fact, especially with Kyle Lowry out, that we could make a comeback like that, we could stay in this game, is a true testament to how great this player is. So, just an appreciation for DeMar DeRozan. Raptors fans, gotta love our superstar. And the other star of the game I'd give it to is OG Anunoby. He 17 points tonight and played phenomenal defense on Kevin Durant, especially in that second half. I know KD hit a couple of some insane shots over him, but OG's there, straight in his face. You're not going to stop a guy like Kevin Durant. You could have a 12-foot giant guarding KD, and he still hit those shots. So OG is such a phenomenal player for a rookie. His defense is some of the best I've seen, in not just for rookies in the NBA. His ability to guard one-on-one, his just help side defense, and his rebounding is getting better too. He had a couple of rookie mistakes tonight, especially where he had a couple fouls on Steph Curry, and that kind of forced Dwayne Casey to sub him out. But those things will come. But the raw potential in OG Anunoby, you see flashes of it like he did tonight. He just gets me so excited thinking about the future for Toronto Raptors. Awesome game for OG. You know, the roster, the whole team played really well during that run. CJ hit a couple really big threes, but I don't think anyone played better than Fred VanVleet in that comeback as we started to come back in the second half. Fred had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Fred has just been an absolute beast for us this season. We need to do our own a solo vid on Fred, just how good he's been. He plays lockdown defense, especially with his stature. He's not afraid of anything. He takes the big shots. Most players are afraid to take those shots, especially being an undrafted, proven player with getting a minimum salary, doesn't want to screw up anything. Fred doesn't care about any of that. He takes these big shots. He'll stand man-to-man against Klay Thompson. Probably, it looks like he has a foot on him. Obviously, he doesn't, but it looks like it out there. Klay Thompson's known for backing players down and shooting right over them, one of the best shooters in NBA history. And Fred VanVleet stood square up to that man, didn't let him bully him, poked the ball loose as Klay Thompson tried to post him up at one point, and started a fast break. That just sums up Fred VanVleet as a basketball player. I love Fred VanVleet. He's just great find by Masai Ujiri. Great player. Great all season. Appreciation for Fred VanVleet tonight. 13 points, as I said. I love me some Fred. And, you know, the last player I'm going to really rave about, because we did lose, but the last player I'm going to rave about is Jakob Poeltl. We've played a few of the top teams now in the NBA as of late, and Jakob Poeltl just looks so good out there. He only had, I believe, 5 points, 6 rebounds tonight, but his presence was felt. That's the one thing you can say about Jakob. It seems every shot in the paint he's contesting. Whenever there's a scramble for a ball, he's like Siakam, but a few inches taller. So he gets all these rebounds. I know he's still a light guy, but it's rare you see a young player, a young big man, get rebounds. Like, if we look back at Jonas Valanciunas when he was a young guy, he was built like Jakob, but he get pushed around 24/7. Even though Jakob doesn't have the strength advantage, he just knows where the ball's going to be. He has a really good ball sense. And that's not just on rebound, that's on defensive awareness, that's on help side. Jakob Poeltl is just been awesome this season as well. I just want to rave about these guys because it's impressive. As bad as the first half was, it is very impressive to make to win a second half against the Golden State Warriors by 25. And that's what the Raptors did. It's unfortunate that they were down 27 at half, but they won the second half by 25 points. That's extremely impressive. So we can't take anything away from about that. It's a tough way to lose, especially by such a close margin. But you gotta respect the Raptors and praise them for the energy that they put in. So shout out to all the guys. We said the play of the day. The OG's play of the game is there's a lot that could be said. I'm not gonna bash on the refs because that's what's gonna happen until we win a championship. Until this isn't a Toronto conspiracy. The Golden State Warriors are the NBA champions. No matter who they play, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt, and that's what happens. So you can't complain about it. We got to be good enough to overcome the referees. So I'm not going to complain about the refs tonight, even though there's some questionable calls down the stretch. So the OG's play of the night has to be. It's gonna go to OG himself. Not anything bad on OG, just how overpowering Kevin Durant is. And there's a couple possessions where the Raptors really look like they're gonna bring it back. And then KD hit some crowd silencing contested threes over OG Anunoby, about 2 feet behind the line, it looked like. KD's a really good basketball player. I know everyone hates on him for going to the Golden State Warriors. I do as well, every now and then. But, you know, he can't take away from his greatness, and he showed that tonight. KD's really good at basketball, and it just makes you say as a Raptors fan, oh, geez. And the DeMar Carroll Gold Star tonight goes to us as Raptors fans, because I feel like DeMar Carroll right now. I'm sad. I've tried to be super positive about the Raptors tonight to get my spirits up, but it's really, really hard to lose a game where it looks like you have the momentum the whole second half, and just to lose such a heartbreaker. So, Raptors fans, we were phenomenal tonight. The crowd was. I'm not saying anything about that. Just Raptors fans' feelings get the DeMar Carroll Gold Star tonight, which is super unfortunate, but it's just how it goes when you play against the Golden State Warriors. Anyways, thanks for listening to the pod. Just let us know your thoughts on this game. It could have been one of the greatest games in Raptors history. Unfortunately, the Golden State Warriors are a ridiculously good NBA team. And yeah, hopefully we could bring that same second half energy to our next games, because we're playing some really good teams coming up. But hopefully it'll lead to a full 48 minutes of that energy and better results. Thanks for listening.